The Silent Guardians. Commander Alina Rice examined the sensor data, dread rising in her chest. The incoming energy signatures were unmistakable. The Voidborn had found them. "How long?" she asked, voice calm, though fear coiled inside her. "Lieutenant." Qua OC checked his station. 30 minutes, maybe less. Their engines are exceeding previously known limits. Frontier Station drifted in deep space, the last outpost of human reach. Officially, it studied stars and cosmic forces. Unofficially, it watched the void, a silent sentinel against unknown threats. Though its presence was no secret to the Galactic Conclave, a fractured alliance of advanced species, they viewed humanity as barely competent newcomers in the galaxy. "That was fine with Earth." Alina to crew. "Begin evacuation protocols for non-essentials," she ordered. "Activate the quantum transmitter." Eyes shifted across the bridge. The quantum transmitter was a last resort, meant only to warn Earth. In existential crisis, for 15 years, it had remained untouched. "Are you sure, Commander?" Chief Engineer Takashi Himura asked. "Sending that signal—" "I know what it means, Chief," Alina interrupted. "But those ships aren't here for diplomacy. They're here for war." The Voidborn needed no introduction. They were relatively new to space travel, but brutally territorial, regarding other intelligent species as either threats or resources. In just 10 years, 3 civilizations had fallen to them. "Evac pods are ready," the security chief reported. "But not everyone will get out in time." Alina gave a slow nod. "We'll buy them time." She stepped to the command console, placed her palm on the scanner. A hidden panel opened, revealing a device under a clear cover, a red button waiting. "Commander." "Reyes, authorization Sierra Echo November, Tango India November, Echo Lima Alpha. Protocol, homeward bound." The cover clicked open. Alina inhaled deeply and pressed the button. Far below, the quantum transmitter activated. Unlike standard comms, which relied on signals or tachyon pulses, this transmitter used quantum entanglement, instant, unbreakable. Message. "Sent," said comms officer Linny. "Earth has confirmed receipt." "Then we hold the line," Alina told them. "Every second matters." The station's minimal defenses powered up, some laser turrets and a magnetic shield that wouldn't withstand a real assault. This wasn't a battle they could win. It was a stand to give others a chance. On the main screen, the Voidborn fleet arrived. 12 ships, hulls green-gray and strangely dark, soaking in light. They glided through space like hunting beasts. Their design, both alien and organic, reminded humans of deep-sea monsters. "They're hailing us," said Linny clearly. "Surprised." "Put it through," Alina ordered, squaring her shoulders. The screen changed. A Voidborn commander stared back, face a fusion of shark and octopus, eyes set high, mouth encircled with ever-moving tendrils. Its metallic skin gleamed under dim bridge lights. "Human outpost," it said through the translator, voice flat and cold. "You are trespassing in Voidborn territory. Surrender. Prepare for processing. Resist and be terminated." Alina held its gaze. "This is Commander Alina Reyes of Frontier Station. We are a peaceful science base in neutral space, protected under Galactic Conclave treaty law. Your warships are an act of war." The alien's tendrils shifted. "Amusement, perhaps? The Conclave is irrelevant. Your species is beneath our regard. Primitive. Few. You will be processed or destroyed." "We refuse," Alina said. "And I warn you, humanity is not as weak as you assume." The transmission ended. Moments later, the station shook. The first enemy volley striking. "Shields at 70%, Tactical reported. "They're probing us." "Return fire," Alina ordered. "Target the lead ship." Laser fire shot from the station, striking the flagship. Damage was minimal, but it was enough. The Void-born ships broke formation and began their attack. "Evacuation status?" Alina demanded. 42% of non-essentials away," Maya answered. "Pods still launching." Another blast shook. "The station. This one's stronger." Sparks flew and emergency lights bathed the bridge in red. "Shields at 40% and dropping," Jen shouted. "They're targeting our defenses." Elena gripped the command console tightly. "How long until—" Her question was silenced by a chorus of sensor alarms. 1,000 kilometers from the station, space twisted unnaturally, stars warped and dragged inward, like reality itself bending. "What is that?" Quain whispered. The anomaly widened. A flawless ring of shimmering distortion nearly 2 kilometers across. From within, a vessel emerged. First came the prow, obsidian black, bristling with alien weapons beyond anything humanity had revealed. Then, the full ship slid into normal space with an elegance that defied its size, a destroyer, but not of any known class. No visible markings except one, a crimson lightning bolt etched on its hull. IFF tags it as EFS Thunderbolt, Lini reported, voice tight with emotion. "Earth Fleet Special Division." Before anyone could speak, 2 more distortions appeared, unleashing another pair of ships, one larger, one smaller. Their designs matched. Sleek, lethal, predatory. "The Perseus and the Artemis," Lini added. "They're contacting the Void-born." "Fleet! Put it through!" Elena ordered, barely daring to hope. A calm, commanding voice filled the bridge. "Void-born Fleet, this is Captain Marcus Chen, Earth Fleet Ship Thunderbolt. You are attacking a human outpost inside Sol Protectorate. Territory. Power down and retreat immediately," the Void-born commander responded at once. "Unknown vessels. This sector is claimed by Void-born expansion. Your species has no authority. Withdraw or be destroyed." A pause. Then Chen replied, his tone edged with ice. "Understood. You've made your decision." What followed defied comprehension. The Earth ships surged forward, leaving trails of blinding blue-white energy. From Thunderbolt's prow, a weapon discharged, not a laser or plasma, but something that warped space itself. The beam struck the Void-born flagship. It didn't explode. Instead, its hull crumpled inward, like an invisible force was crushing it from within. Secondary blasts rippled through its frame until it folded in on itself, dead in space. The remaining Void-born scattered, abandoning the station and redirecting fire toward the human ships. Energy blasts lit the void, converging on the Thunderbolt, but the Earth vessel held still. The attacks met a glowing blue barrier that absorbed the onslaught without flinching. "My God," Quain breathed. Alina had no answer. Nothing in Earth's known arsenal could explain what she was seeing. The Earth ships dove into the enemy formation like predators, efficient, deadly, coordinated. Void-born vessels died or went dark within. Minutes. Of the 12 ships, 8 were destroyed, 3 drifted powerless, and 1 tried to flee, only to be neatly disabled by the Artemis. "We're receiving a hail from Thunderbolt," Lini said, her hands trembling. The screen lit up with Captain Chen's image, a man in his 50s, silver-haired, composed. His Atao black uniform was trimmed in silver, bearing unfamiliar insignia. "Commander Reyes," he said with a respectful nod. "Thunderbolt will dock in 15 minutes to assist and begin personnel extraction. Your defense efforts saved many lives." "Well done," Elena replied, still stunned. "Thank you, Captain. But what is the Thunderbolt? When did Earth build ships like these?" Chen's expression remained stoic, but pride flickered in his eyes. "That, Commander, is a long story, one the rest of the galaxy is about to hear. Thunder and lightning from the Thunderbolt's observation deck. The stars stretched endlessly beyond. Normally breathtaking, today the view was shadowed by debris, shattered void-born ships floating in silent orbit. Commander Alina Reyes stood beside Captain Chen, watching the final evacuation pods leave the station. "How long has Earth had this kind of technology?" she finally asked. Chen's posture was rigid, hands clasped behind his back. "Since first contact," he said. 70 years ago, when our probes intercepted alien broadcasts, Earth's leaders made a choice. We would present ourselves as a young, unsophisticated species, Chen continued, while quietly preparing for the possibility that the galaxy might not be as peaceful as we hoped. 70 years? Alina shook her head. That can't be. Chen nodded. The leap in technology was already beginning. Public science hit so-called roadblocks. But behind the scenes, breakthroughs in unified field theory opened the door to gravity control, directed energy weapons, even faster than light. Travel. By the time we intercepted alien transmissions, we were already laying the groundwork. She turned, staring at the Thunderbolt. These ships didn't just appear overnight. No, Chen agreed. The Silent Fleet has been in development for 4 decades, built in deep space yards hidden in the outer solar system. Thunderbolt is actually one of our older models. A lieutenant approached, handing Chen a datapad. He read it, then glanced up. The Voidborn have issued a distress call. Their home fleet is mobilizing. Just as we expected, he added. Expected? Alina asked. Chen offered a faint smile. What happened today wasn't just a rescue. It was the opening move of a long-planned operation. Intelligence confirmed the Voidborn have been targeting species they consider inferior. Humanity was next. He gestured for her to follow. They approached a tactical display showing dozens of sectors, each now lit with emerging signals. These, Chen said, are Earth fleet vessels revealing themselves across known space. As we speak, 37 other ships are moving to secure human outposts and defend our allies. The Silent Fleet is no longer silent. Alina could only stare, stunned by the scale. The Conclave will see this as a provocation, she said. Perhaps at first, Chen admitted. But they'll soon understand our intent. An alert chimed. An incoming transmission. The tactical display was replaced with the image of a severe-looking woman in an admiral's uniform. Captain Chen, she said, Phase 1 is complete. All targeted Voidborn battle groups have been neutralized. The Conclave has called an emergency session, just as planned. Chen inclined his head. Commander Reyes of Frontier Station is with me. Her warning gave us the opportunity. Your service is noted, Commander, Admiral Harris told Alina. Captain, proceed to Conclave Station. The diplomatic team is en route. It's time humanity formally introduced itself. The transmission ended. Chen looked to Alina. You're about to witness history, Commander. Care to join me? 48 hours later, Alina stood aboard the Thunderbolt as it approached Conclave Station, an immense orbital ring that served as neutral ground for galactic diplomacy. 5 Earth Fleet ships flanked them, their presence sending ripples of unease through nearby alien vessels. A diplomatic shuttle carried Chen, Alina, and Earth's newly unveiled diplomatic corps toward the station. As they walked the broad halls, alien representatives watched them with a mix of awe and apprehension. The conclave chamber was a grand amphitheater, its booths arranged in rings around a central speaking dais. Once relegated to the outer circle, the human delegation's position had been moved to the innermost ring. The session opened in chaos. The Void-born Admiral, a massive tendrilled figure coiled with restrained fury, immediately demanded sanctions against humanity for their deception and aggression. The current moderator, a crystalline Azeran elder, acknowledged the complaint and invited Earth's representative to respond. Ambassador Sarah Chen, no relation to Captain Chen, Alina had learned, stepped gracefully to the center. She wore ceremonial robes of deep indigo, adorned with the New Earth emblem, a stylized world split by a crimson lightning bolt. Esteemed delegates, she began, her voice calm, commanding, and echoing through the chamber. Humanity stands before you, not as conquerors, but as guardians. She lifted a hand. Holographic projections shimmered into view, surveillance and intelligence footage showing void-born fleets annihilating 3 different species in recent decades. What you see is the methodical extermination of civilizations, who turned to this chamber for protection. They received silence. Soft murmurs echoed across the chamber as the footage continued, depicting the destruction left by the void. Delegates shifted uneasily in their chairs. The Voidborn's next target was clear: humanity. Ambassador Chen resumed their assault on our outer station was only the beginning of a broader effort to eradicate. We acted not just in self-defense, but to eliminate a danger threatening all growing civilizations. The Voidborn admiral stood abruptly, voice translator crackling with anger. These are lies. Humanity's presence in that region was a provocation. We accessed your military logs, Chen cut in, her voice steely. Your species wiped out 17 civilizations in the last 100 years. All evidence has been distributed to every conclave delegate. She faced the assembly. We didn't conceal our technology out of malice but caution. We observed how this council treated new species as novelties at best and at worst, resources to be exploited. Silence fell as she went on. Today, we reveal ourselves completely. The Silent Fleet now serves as guardian not only of humanity, but of all species aspiring to evolve without fear of destruction or exploitation. The Azeran moderator's crystalline form shimmered, perhaps in concern. Ambassador Chen, it said, though the case against the Voidborn is persuasive, your species lacks authority to declare itself the galaxy's protector. Only the Conclave may bestow such power. Chen replied calmly. With all due respect, moderator, this council has failed that duty. 17 lost civilizations are proof of that. She motioned, and the hologram shifted to show Earth's fleet, stationed across the stars. The enormity of the revelation sent ripples of disbelief through the crowd. We don't seek control or empire. We only wish to prevent the fate of those 17 from repeating. As the implications settled in, Alina realized the galaxy's balance had been permanently shaken. Long ignored, humanity had revealed itself as possibly the most advanced species in existence. In the following days, the Conclave begrudgingly accepted the Voidborn's crimes and issued sanctions. More crucially, it formed a new protective body, naming humanity as a founding member. The Silent Fleet was officially recognized as a neutral force empowered to combat existential threats to emerging civilizations. From the Thunderbolt's observation deck, preparing to leave Conclave Station, Alina was joined by Captain Chen. Having second thoughts about the new post? He asked. Alina shook her head. No, sir. Just overwhelmed. Yesterday, I was running a minor monitoring post. Today, I'm appointed liaison to the Protective Council. Chen nodded. There are few more qualified. You stood your ground against the Voidborn with no hope of survival. That's the spirit the Silent Fleet was founded on. Alina turned to him. What happens next? Nearby, a young species delegation boarded a shuttle to Earth. Chen smiled faintly. Now the hard part begins. We've shown our cards. Many species are grateful for protection from predators like the Voidborn, but others are wary of this shift in galactic power. He looked out at the cosmos. Humanity never aimed to become galactic sentinels, Commander Rias. But sometimes we don't choose duty. It finds us. Your distress signal didn't only save your crew. It marked the dawn of a new age for this galaxy. The Thunderbolt's engines hummed as it prepared to open another spatial corridor. Alina stood quietly, heart caught between pride and worry. Humanity had emerged from obscurity and onto the galactic stage in dramatic fashion. Whatever came next would define the future of countless worlds. The call of the Sentinel had been heard. The galaxy would never be the same.